Hello and welcome everybody to another Secrets of Strixhaven draft video. I'm Paul Cheon and we are fresh off a loss there with a really fun 5-color Lorehold together as one deck. As you can see, we got 3 wins. It didn't quite get there, but you know what? I had a good time. And hopefully we can have a good time and also win in this draft. Now, before we hop in, I did want to say that this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Go to TCGplayer.com for all your Match the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. Whether you want to buy some booster boxes of Secrets of Strixhaven, Ninja Turtles, or what have you, or you wanted some singles for your standard, modern, Pioneer, or Commander decks, go to TCGplayer.com and make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Last but not least, head on over to HeavyPlay.com for premium Match the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you're in the market for top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, and life pads, all that utilize a special magnetic technology that allow all their products to snap conveniently into place, go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon to get 10% off your first order. They're also going to be at MagicCon Las Vegas. Swing by the booth. Tell them Paul sent you to get 10% off in person as well. All right, what do we have today? Practice Scrollsmith, a strong one. Magma Blood Archaic. Hybrid, 2 red, 2 red, 2/2, trample reach, converge. If you cast an instant sorcery spell, creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn for each color of mana spent to cast that spell. Interesting card. But I do think the best card here is Practice Scrollsmith. Now, the last one was like a crazy 5-color Boros aggro deck or Lorehold aggro deck, but I don't necessarily want to do or control deck. Don't necessarily want to do that. I just think it's the best card. I'm not a believer in Fix What's Broken. Poisoner's Apprentice. I can believe a world where this card's really great. I just think Witherbloom life gain stuff isn't super strong. Tem is a little bit slow. I think it's between the Practice Scrollsmith and Magma Blood Archaic, but I think I prefer the upside here in the Practice Scrollsmith a little more. And holy smokes, who the hell passes Hardened Academic? Red-white for a 2/1 flying haste. Discard a card. This gets lifelink until end of turn. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Target creature you control. So look at Spirit Mascot. Great card in Lorehold aggro. In Lorehold. I would love for the Rubble Rouser to table. Stress Stream is also fantastic, but we took a red-white uncommon into a red-white rare. Good place to be. All right, moving on to pack 1, pick 3. Knockout Maneuver is a good removal effect. There's Soaring Stone Glider and Pursue the Past. So this pick might surprise some of you. Don't think it's going to surprise all of you. Now, I do think this card is decent. It does exile things out of my graveyard, which works with the Hardened Academic. But sometimes you won't be able to play this on turn 3. And I think one of the more important cards in these red-white decks, I always want to have at least 2 copies of this card in my red-white decks, is Pursue the Past. This card's excellent, makes it so you don't run out of gas in the late game, helps you race against the aggressive decks. I love Pursue the Past. I'm going to take it here. What if I just keep taking red-white cards? Okay, that's not going to happen here. Lecturing, Scorn Mage, Tester of the Tangential, decent cards. Emil, Vastlands Roamer, fine as well. Think I'm just going to stay the course here and take Heated Argument. A nice way to just exile a card from your graveyard on demand, which is a nice way to utilize it as a combat trick with Hardened Academic in play, and just a totally fine removal spell for this deck. All right, pack 1, pick 5. Oh my gosh. At this point, I just don't expect to see these anymore. This is one of the better commons in the format. Elite Interceptor is premium. It's just better than these uncommons. It is the best common in the format, maybe next to like Pursue the Past. That's the other card to consider. I actually personally favor the Elite Interceptor just because it's a little more flexible, especially first pick, first pack, because it's also very, very good in the Silver Quill decks. But very, very happy to pick it up here. Excellent start to a nice Lorehold deck here. Pack 1, pick 6. Okay, this gets interesting. Okay. We have lots of options. This color combination is wide open. Stone Docent, Pursue the Past, and Wilt in the Heat. I think getting 2-drops isn't going to be too hard. Now, this does work well with some other things that I have. I think I'm going to take Pursue the Past here. Red-white, there's a ton of removal that you can pick up. So while Wilt in the Heat, I think, is a good card, I think, there's Heated Argument, there's the Ajani's Response, there's a lot of removal. So because of that, I'm going to take the Pursue the Past because this is a less replaceable effect for this type of deck. Pack 1, pick 7. Of course, Grapple with Death in the pack. A lot of people are low on Witherbloom. I don't really love the Rapier Wit. Diary of Dreams, I don't love here as well. I guess I'll take Zealous Lorecaster It's a really big, expensive card. I don't love it. I'll play it if I need a top-end card and if my deck ends up being a little bit less aggressive. Of course, I would like to pick up anything cheap here, but anything. Like, the Docent would be fine. The Mascot is fine. The 2-mana 2/2 Lifelinker, honestly, I like playing a singular copy of those in most of my red-white decks because there are a good number of good artifacts and enchantments that you want to kill. Like, you want to kill an Arc, you want the Apparition. Now, this is a card that gets worse once you get to, like, the third copy, I think. And so I think, like, if we, once again, get the choice between Pursue the Past and a removal spell, I might look to take the removal spell then. But, yeah. Well, now the Lorehold cards are disappearing. Bunch of Simic or Sultai cards here. I guess I'll take Fix What's Broken because it's a rare. But, I mean, we are just firmly committed here. Now it's one of those, like, it is just almost impossible to pivot from where we are now. So it's more like, all right, roll up the sleeves. We're fighting, right? It's like, there's plenty of other people drafting this deck. I do not care. I do not care. The quality of our cards here are decent. It's just we're a little bit lacking, right? If I don't want to play the Lorecasters, we're on 6 playable cards. Oh, Rubble Rouser tabled? What? Maybe it is open. Maybe it's more open than I thought. If I get this 9th pick, then there's a really good shot that we pick up maybe one more card here on the wheel. Because we had a few packs where there were some difficult choices, right? Just like Pursue the Past versus removal, stuff of that nature. Okay, again, Sultai cards being ignored. We will take the blue card in case maybe we go blue-red. But probably not. And given this, if we're going to be short on play, like nobody's green. If we're going to be short playables, this is where it's like, if I see a red-white land and a middling playable card, I probably have to take the playable card, just because I think it's just going to be really tough for us to be able to put together enough playables. Here, there's a Jadzi that you can splash, but I think I'm just going to take a card for my colors. 2 good removal spells here as well. Bitter Triumph and End of the Hunt are also really, really solid. But for me, it's between Quillblade Laureate and Unsubtle Mockery. And I'm just going to take the Laureate. I'm in the market for 2 drops. Let's take that there. Pack 2, pick 2. Okay, we have a real pick to make. Stone Docent, Tome Blast, and Startled Relic Sloth, all as options. I'm going to take the Relic Sloth. Just being able to have creatures, not only, I mean, this is good against the Mirror and Silverquill decks because it's just a giant lifelinker, but to be able to exile cards on demand is quite nice, you know, with the Hardened Academic, and if we pick up some Mascots later, it'll be pretty nice. All right, pack 2, pick 3. There's Owlin Historian, but this is probably the pack where we take a good removal spell. There's Abrade, Stand Up for Yourself, and Joined Researchers. And I'm going to take Abrade. Abrade's just great. Good cheap interaction, and it gives me the ability to kill artifacts, which I don't think is irrelevant. So this is exactly what I was talking about here, where there is a Fields of Strife. I mean, to be fair, Living History is like very good, so I'm going to take it here. Works well with the Startled Relic Sloths, the Rubble Rouser, and the Hardened Academic. A Conciliator's Duelist, very, very good in Silverquill decks, but we're going to take the Living History. But if it was not in the pack, and it was a choice between like Eager Glyph Mage and Fields of Strife, I might have to take the Eager Glyph Mage, given how low I was on playables in pack number 1. But very, very easy Living History here for us. Rounding out our curve nicely. All right, what do we have? A Johnny's Response. All right, well, we're certainly in the market for some removal, right? We have 2 right now, and there's literally 0 other red or white cards. It feels like the black and white cards are flowing a little more, as there's a pick 5 Last Gasp here as well, but we are happy enough taking a Johnny's Response here. The cool thing about this card is you can actually like pay 5 mana for it if you wanted to like trigger some Opus cards as well. If you, I think. No, never mind. You can't if you target a tap creature. All right, Stone Docent versus Spirit Mascot. There's also Sky Coach. God, the Sky Coach is so good. As much as I like the Spirit Mascot, this just gives you so much value. Let's take the Sky Coach. I know, that one's tough. We'll take the Strife Knight over Wilton the Heat. I think I just need more creatures in general, and the Rummaging is also quite nice. Filling out our curve. Really, really liking how this is getting set up here so far. 7 creatures with the Sky Coach. 3 removal spells, couple of Pursue the Pasts. Rubble Rouser over Fields of Strife. Again, a playable thing. Also, Rubble Rouser is just like a premium card in red-white. So we do need like, this gets, of course, a lot better the more like hardened academic type effects that I have. Currently, I have Living History and the Academic. And then, of course, the common payoffs are the Wilt removal spell and then the Spirited Mascot. So those would be nice to pick up here. Of course, we had the chance at one of them. Here, I'll take Mage Tower Referee. If I need a 2-drop, it's totally fine. This pack's been really good for us, by the way. We actually caught up in playables. Even without the Mage Tower Referee, we're on 8 playable cards, which means that if we just pick up a playable card in every pack in the next pack, we are good. Good to go. Melancholic Poet. I really like this in Silver Quill Aggro. Surprised to see it with 3 cards left. All right. Ooh, Eager Glyph Mage. I mean, I'll absolutely play that card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I mean, I don't love the Mage Tower Referee. I would rather not play it here if I don't need to. Wow. Fractal Tender with 2 cards left. We're going to take the second Ancestral Anger. Not going to take it, though. So now what are we looking for here? What? Last pick Elemental Mascot. Is everybody Lorehold? What's going on? All right. So certainly looking for more 2-drops. Handful of removal would be nice, but just a really good base here so far. Pack 3, pick 1. There are no cheap creatures and no removal spells for me. So there's Flashback and Summon Dromedary. I don't love this card. It's fine, though. Especially, it works really... So I don't really care so much about playing this and getting this back from the graveyard. That's fine. It's mediocre. But it's a nice thing to be able to discard to, like, Charging Strife Knights and Pursue the Pasts. But yeah, there's just nothing else for us, so I guess we'll take it. All right, now, I mean, I might be interested in, like, a red-white land. Wildgrowth Archaic is awesome, but I don't think I can take it here. So here there's Heated Argument and Stand Up For Yourself. I'm going to take the Stand Up For Yourself just because I am more interested in a good cheap removal spell. But I can see the argument for the Heated Argument there as well. Moving on to Pack 3, pick 3. Another Quillblade Laureate. Great. Just need 2-drops. Very, very happy to pick one up here. All right, another Stand Up For Yourself, okay, and an Expressive Fire Dancer as options. I'm just going to take the removal spell. The Fire Dancer is, like, very replaceable, and this is still just, like, a really solid removal spell, and I like getting to, like, 6 removal spells. There's just a lot of good creatures to kill in this format, so let's pick up the second copy here. It also makes cards like the Practice Scrollsmith better. All right, so I already have a pair of Zealous Lorecasters. This Choreograph Sparks. What do you do? Copy Instant. I'm just going to take Terramorphic Expanse. Just like the first copy you should always play, even in 2-color decks. And so happy enough just getting a mana fixer here. And, you know, look, if we do end up a little bit short here, certainly we can play this, and then we can also consider this. All right, Wilt in the Heat. Excellent pickup. Wow. I mean, literally nobody is in green. Send in the Pest, Environmental Scientist, Pack 3, pick 6. This is one of the best uncommons in the set, if you're green. Okay, come on now. Berta as well, and Pest Brute Sloth. Just got a bunch of aggro gamers here. Myself included, of course. I guess I'll take Heated Argument. Well, now we have 7 removal spells, so we are, like, approaching full-on control territory here. Well, I mean, this is 22 cards. If I just pick up, like, a Stone Docent or something, I'll be happy. Unsubtle Mockery versus Tablet of Discovery. I don't think this is very good in this deck. I think it's just fine. Let's just take the Mockery. All right. I think this is just our deck. I think the Glyph Mage is better than the Tackle Artist. And yeah, I mean, nobody is black-white and nobody is green. So there's at least, like, yeah, this is... I mean, it happens. Obviously, people just, like... I mean, I locked in pretty early too. So, I mean, this just happens. But it feels like very few people are... So there's no Witherbloom or Quandrix Drafter. There's a bunch of basically blue-red and red-white drafters. Or people don't know what they're doing. I mean, Campus Composer's in this pack, so I should not try to make sense for what random drafters in a draft are all doing collectively. But it's okay. We still put together what I feel to be a perfectly reasonable deck here, okay? With good synergies, an okay curve. Now, I only have like 4 2-mana creatures, but you know, I got the Pursue the Past, which is another thing I can play. This is definitely going to play out more like a mid-range deck, which is totally fine. I'm comfortable enough winning with that strategy. Plenty of removal, and with the Charging Strife Knight and the double Pursue the Pasts, we can churn through our deck as well. So yeah, I do like this setup. And yep, very, very fast deck building. Let's go. All right, now before round 1 starts, I wanted to say that if you've been enjoying this content and wanted to support the channel in a different way, I do have a Patreon. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Lots of different benefits. I post monthly videos. I do monthly streams. You also get access to my Discord channel, which has a really great group of folks also looking to up their limited game. If I have some videos that I feel like are too short and not good enough for the YouTubes, I also post extra videos on the Patreon as well. So if you want a lot of bonus content, check it out. All right, opponent on the play, we have 4 lands on the draw with 3 removal spells. I mean, I'm on the draw, whatever. And like I said, my deck's not like super aggro. I mean, this is a super controlling hand. And my opponent led with Fields of Strife. Okay, never mind. They're on Jeskai. If I was on the play, I'd probably ship this, but on the draw, like, I'm just keeping it because, like, I have cheap interaction in a Johnny's response, and I'm hoping the rest of my hand gets me there. I do have Summon Dromedary, which is really nice against the control decks, right? Because just, if they kill it, I can always just get it back. Okay, Rubble Rouser from the opponent. Nothing from us. Yeah, if I were to guess, there were at least 2 other Lorehold drafters. Let's play the Dromedary just because, curve-wise, next turn I can go Charging Strife Knight into a Johnny's response, right? Which is really good. Colossus of the Blood Age. Does this exile? I always ask, and every time I look, I'm disappointed because it does not. 3 cards in hand for the opponent. I mean, I'm just going to kill it, I think. They get to rummage away some stuff. Let's attack. Black? Alright, so they got some converge shenanigans. Oh, splatter technique. Draw 4. Okay, so we're not going to beat them on the card draw angle. Let's see. They have 7 trillion cards in hand. Just trying to think what I want to do here. I guess we play this. I'm going to keep the land in my hand to rummage away. Let's kill you. Alright. That was good. Get that off the battlefield. We have 2 decent threats. And then we can cast Heated Argument. We can rummage away the mountain. I know they have a million cards in hand, but gonna try our best here. Potioner's Trove. Okay. Into Terrafractal. Okay. Not the most impressive thing, so we can handle this. Let's rummage away the mountain. Drew another mountain. Drew Eager Glyph Mage. Yeah, let's kill this. Get rid of this. Let's play you. And pass. I mean, they got 7 cards in hand. We're basically out of action here. But they're at 6. We've used all of our removal to try to get things out of the way. But of course, they are super close to coming back here. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I mean, look, there's a lot of busted rares in this format. They're playing a blue, blue, red, red, and a white, white, black, black spell. And if you can pull that off, more power to you. You know what I mean? I'm at 11 life too. Jeez. I mean, we're probably dead. Why is Ambitious Augmenter in your deck? Oh, man. You know what this is? This is one of those, like, he's hitting me with a good game, too. Zero respect for the game. Gamer. With the BM. Lupin, you suck. Alright, moving on. 0-1. Yeah, our hand was not good for that matchup, although we tried. I mean, we definitely put up a good fight there. Alright, 3 lands, a bunch of 3, I mean, all 3 drops. We're absolutely keeping this. Let's get the Terramorphic to thin out the deck. And also, it's just a tap land, so it's a Noxious Newt. Let's get a Mountain. Now the question is whether or not I am interested in killing the Newt. I think I'll just get the Rubble Rouser down, just because it's a source of mana. This way, if I draw a 5-drop, obviously I can cast it. Or if I draw a 2-drop, I can go like Removal Spell plus 2-drop or Charging Strife Knight plus 2-drop. Eternal Student. That one's really annoying just because I don't have a way to exile. Oh, I do have a Wilt. Never mind. I do have a Wilt. I'm debating whether or not I want to kill the Newt right now. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it. Let's kill the Newt. Hardened Academic, we will keep. Wait, I can't... This doesn't rummage. What am I doing? Burrog Banemaker. Okay. So here, my thing right now is just like... They are keeping up Essence Scatter, right? So do I want to play around that by playing the Strife Knight first? Okay, so that worked. I still don't know if I want to play it right now. I think I'm going to play the Strixhaven Sky Coach. Because I can rummage away that land too. I'm actually going to get a mountain here instead of a plains because I'd rather draw plains. And I'm going to rummage this away, right? So we'll pass. Do this to also maybe induce like a removal spell from the opponent on the Charging Strife Knight, making this more likely to survive. Alternatively, I can block the Eternal Student with the Strixhaven Sky Coach. That is also something to consider. But yeah, this deck doesn't really need more than 5 lands in play, so we can start rummaging away all the other lands if it comes to that. 4 cards in hand for the opponent. Nice little Witherbloom deck here. All right, Knockout Maneuver. Interesting. Do I want to rummage, or do I want to just make a thing so I can block the Banemaker? Yeah, let's... You know what? Let's just crew this. Well, now I wish I had the plains. I mean, I could... Look, the thing is, I can still use this to discard to the Academic to, like, race my opponent. You know, I can discard a land, exile it, put a counter here. You know what I mean? Why are you main phasing it? Fair enough. All right, we'll play Hardened Academic and we'll pass. Yeah, I wanted to preserve my life total, but maybe that was wrong. Like, maybe the rummaging was more important there. So that's a small decision there that might cost me. This is where, again, like, Pursue the Past would be amazing, right? Give me the ability to kind of grind whatever my opponent's trying to do. Now, if they have a removal spell, of course, they can just kill the Hardened Academic. Hopefully they don't. Because if I pass, it's just going to be hard for them to actually attack me with the tokens. All right, they're at 16. Let's attack. I mean, it's clear they don't have a way to kill this right now, so I'm gonna just get into damage while I can. I guess I could have put a counter on the Rebel Rouser. I can also, like, try to race them by discarding Mountain, but I would rather keep the card for now in case I have other rummaging effects. You know what I mean? Terra Fractal. Okay. Let's kill you. All right. All right, I'm gonna hit them for 9 there, or I'm gonna gain like 5 damage. Gaining 5 life seems pretty good, and now I don't really have to worry about like a race situation. I'm just wondering how, like, because so there is definitely a good reason to bring this up to 4 toughness because that lets you play around Last Gasp. Now I might be interested in starting to pump the Rebel Rouser. That's unfortunate. Yikes. Wow. Well, I'm glad I gained some of the life, I guess. Man. Okay. Yep. Poisoner's Apprentice, Bogwater Lumerette, nice little combo. They're probably out of action at this point. So they were holding one of these cards, probably the Apprentice. They were waiting for a life gain effect. Although they could have played a smaller Terra Fractal. Okay, that's exactly what the doctor ordered. Let's play Pursue the Past. What do they have? Like the blue-green counterspell? I highly doubt that. It's a double blue counterspell. Okay. Heated Argument and Stand Up for Yourself. Yeah, I'm just gonna cast this. I know I take like extra damage to do this, but I feel like my life total isn't that big of a problem. And I want to just continue looking for things here. And I'm at 23. I can play one of these lands. I know I have a second copy of Pursue the Past, but got a couple of spells here that I want to play, and next turn I might want to actually play both. Oh, that's gross. Okay. Yep. They can make a bunch of pest tokens. Alright, this is going to be tough to grind through. Because they have, like, multiple creatures in their graveyard. They can do it again. Oh my gosh, this is so much. So I take 6 damage, and they played a 3/4 and made 3 1/1s. Wow. Well, I thought they had nothing, and now we're just getting absolutely clowned. We are getting demolished. Alright, let's go ahead and kill this thing. And pass. I mean, I'm trying to weather the storm here. Of course, they're going to follow this up with probably some big creature. Or a combat trick? Nope. Alright, we're at 9 life. All we have is this, we have a Rebel Rouser and a Dream. Okay, Starter Relic Sloth is a real card. Happy with that. We can start exiling cards from their graveyard, because I don't really care about exiling things from my graveyard. And Golgari decks can return, like, creatures, usually. So let's get the Luen. We'll keep this land in our hand for various rummaging purposes. Alright, they're surveilling. Didn't have any instant speed way to kill our things, but they kept on top. That's a really bad sign. So we're going to need to draw more good cards to get out of this. Old Growth Educator, sure. Oh, at least they didn't gain it. Wait, why did they I feel like they should have considered attacking with the 1/1 first, right? To make it bigger. Like, trading a pest to make a 6/6 seems really good. But, whatever. I think this is... I believe we're going to be dead. That Luen was incredible. We have plenty of cards in our graveyard, so I'm just going to ping my opponent while I can. That is a heated argument, sure. Block, block. Oh, we're dead. Okay. Yeah. No, I mean, perfectly fine Sultai deck. And they just straight up beat us, so... you know, this deck looks fine. I know it's not, like, super impressive, but would not have expected an 0-2, but we'll keep fighting the good fight. We've been here many times before. And we've been able to rattle back, and we're shaking the rattle. Is rattle back even a term? I don't think so. I'm just making up sayings now. All right, 3 lands on the play. We got a bunch of creatures this time, so we can maybe put together an aggressive start. Turn 2 Quillblade Laureate into Rebel Rouser. Not the most aggressive follow-up, but still fine. Hydro Channeler. Okay. Just gonna kill this. I'm gonna try to find a land here. I'll keep that. Prismari Charm, sure. Alright, let's go Rebel Rouser. Let's discard Pursue the Past. Okay, play the land. Living History is a nice card. Tester of the Tangential. Could be representing Essence Scatter here. So I'm going to just chill. I'm going to play Living History and keep up Wilt in the Heat or Stand Up for Yourself, and I'm going to pass. Elemental Mascot, turning the Tester of the Tangential into a 2/2. If they don't move the counter and pass, then... Hold on. Okay. So, certainly I want to cast Wilt in the Heat. And what do I want to kill? I believe it's going to be the Elemental Mascot. So let's exile this. Okay. Again, I don't want to run into Essence Scatter, but I do want to get in for a decent attack. So this might be a good time to just cast Pursue the Past. Let's discard this Plains. Play the land. Attack. Okay. And we'll pass. We have Abrade available. Another Elemental Mascot. Yeah, let's kill the Tester here. I just... Doesn't it just feel like they have Essence Scatter? You know what I mean? Like, I really want to try to play around it. So I think the play here is to just, like, exile something and just attack for 4. They are doing... I mean, they have been keeping up 2 mana the entire game. But now with 5 mana up, things get really interesting. Yep. No, this is a part of the plan, because now I get to resolve this. So, like, I get to get my value here, you know? Like, I need to do something. I can't just be super duper passive. But I wanted to get the attack in first to see what they're working with. And then that taps out their mana if they use removal, and then I get to resolve the Scrollsmith, and now I get to run out the Wilt and the Heat, which is excellent. So clearly they have some kind of removal spell. No, wait, what is this? What the hell? Oh, another... Oh, that's not great. I guess you gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, I don't really... Oh, I guess I can exile and make this cost less. No, I'm just gonna kill it. Because I like stand up for yourself, so I'm just gonna attack and pass. Spellbook Seeker, there you go. Careful Study, sure. Okay. That's a really good Pursue the Past target. So this can already attack through the Spellbook Seeker. So I'm going to save the stand up for yourself in case they play a larger creature, right? Like if they play a 4-mana 4/4, I want to be able to kill that. So now they're drawing 4 cards. I guess they're just dead. There's like, I mean, unless they go Plains Erode, they're just going to die to this. Yeah. Well, I mean, they had a solid deck. Double Prismari Charm, Splatter Technique. We were just able to sneak some threats underneath what they have and manage to take that one down. All right, we still have a long uphill battle here. 1 and 2. All right, on the play here, 3 planes, Quillblade Laureate. I'm going to mulligan that. Just not enough action here. I will keep this. What do I ship back? I like everything here. Is it the removal spell? It might be. Yeah, I think it's the removal spell. I mean, I just want to go turn 1 Interceptor Quillblade into Charging Strife Knight, right? And I want to make sure that I have all my lands for that. And we have lots of removal in our deck. We don't have a way to make this cheaper anyways. And if I find more lands, I can always rummage them away with the Strife Knight. But I just like the guaranteed... The idea of having like a guaranteed 1, 2, 3 on the play. Turn 1 Interceptor. Turn 2. Hey, there's another removal spell. Oh. So when they're representing Essence Scatter, I think you should do everything in your power to play around it. And given that I drew the Strixhaven Sky Coach, I can do it. So let's attack. Play this. Do they have Daze or Spell Pierce? Or is this like a removal spell? Oh, Vibrant Outburst? Sure. Let's go ahead and get a Plains. Matter Bending Mage. Sure. Okay. Crew 2. Alright, whatever. I don't think they're going to chump block here. I guess I could have attacked with in the air. But whatever. Let's get some damage in. We got the Strife Knight. We have the Interceptor. We can use this to draw some cards. If they kill this, I can't really crew this up, so hopefully we can find another creature. We do have Rejoinder to draw some stuff. Also, I mean, if I draw like another land here, what I can do is actually just like Rummage and then Rejoinder. But now I drew Startled Relic Sloth, so I kind of want to do that. Yeah, I mean, look, sometimes you get Essence Scattered. Yep. We'll keep the land in our hand here for now, because we have various rummaging effects. Alright, at least they're stuck on 4 lands. I'll play this. If he hasn't scattered this, I can always get it back. Alright. Okay, that doesn't matter too much. Oh, wow, that's really good, actually. Sky Coach Conductor on the Manowar. Wow. Okay. What are you going to do? Take this? Double block? Okay. Well, we'll kill the Conductor. I will play the land now. Because now I want to be able to go Dromedary into Rejoinder. Pigment Wrangler. Or we can just kill that. Ooh, we can do everything. We drew Hardened Academic, so we play this. Does this have Ward? Okay. Let's kill you. 3 in the air. Okay. Good aggressive hand here for us with lots of pressure. But their deck looks really solid here as well. Let's see what they follow this up with. Spectacular Sky Whale. Okay. It's, feels like that's going to be a Rejoinder target here. Let's play the Dromedary. Attack for lethal. Bam! Alright. Nice! From 0-2 to 2-2. Let's hope to keep this going. Oh, man. Alright, opponent on the play here. Our hand is rock solid. Turn 1 Elite Interceptor into Pursue the Past and then practice Scrollsmith. So, like our hand a fair amount. A 2-mana creature would be even better, but I don't mind casting Pursue the Past. Especially now that we drew all of our mountains. Okay, found more lands and more Pursue the Past. Well, the nice thing about drawing the multiple Pursue the Past is that I know that I'm going to have just action, which is nice. Owlin Historian is not what I would have expected based off of what I've seen here so far. Let's play the Sky Coach. Let's get a Plains. So both sides just setting up nicely here. Yeah, like they're like a blue, they're a blue-based deck splashing Owlin Historian? Full 3 colors, full disrespect? It could honestly be the full disrespect. Oh, we're probably getting Essence Scattered here. Oh my gosh, like, we actually didn't? Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard. Is there an instant speed way for them to make a card leave their graveyard? I don't know. I hope not. Alright, good. Prismari Charm to bounce? That is okay. I'm okay with that. I mean, they need to get some tempo back, so that's fine for them too, obviously. Campus Composer, okay. That is an annoying one. That is definitely an annoying one. I wonder if I should just kill it. Like, I have Stand Up For Yourself. They have 2 cards. Yeah, I'm gonna try. Like, I don't want... Like, this feels like a attrition-y matchup, so I don't want them to just make a free 3/3 flyer. You know what I mean? And I have plenty more removal. If we get into a racing situation, I have the Ajani's Response, which also does a lot of work. I've got the Life Linker as well. I have Practice Squirrelsmith to also get back more removal. So, again, lots of options. Sundering Archaic is very good. Okay. They killed my 3/2 flyer. Yeah. I like their deck. They are down to 1 card, though, so that's the nice thing here. How do I want to do this? I can go Practice Scrollsmith and then exile to Pursue the Past. So what that allows me to do is play a creature, still cast Pursue the Past next turn, and use Wilton the Heat on the Archaic. Yeah, and I want to kill this, right? Because they can target my graveyard. I just have to remember to cast this next turn. Stirring Hope Singer? What? Okay. Holy heck. Well, they don't have any way to target, so let's Pursue the Past. Let's discard this one. Okay. We didn't find a land, which is very disappointing. Wow. How do we not find a land there? Okay, they blocked. They called my bluff. Alright. Well, hopefully they don't have a way to target anything. Okay, so we get to use a Johnny's Response here. Good. We found a Braid. They could have pumped this. I'm just trying to figure out, like, the best course of action here. Do I have a way to exile things from my graveyard? I do. But I feel like, I'm not discarding anything. We're just going to chill. I'm just going to build up a good board. Get everything set up. Because with Rubble Rouser and Living History, I'm in a really good shape. Flow State was a good draw. Hey, this is a really good back and forth. It really is anybody's game. But I like the fact that we have 2 Pursue the Past in our... I mean, we have an infinite number of things to do with our mana. And it's just a matter of finding the right sequences here. I'm going to play out my land. Let's exile this. Let's play the Relic Sloth. Disdainful Stroke. Yikes. Okay. Okay. Now what? I have Stand Up For Yourself, and I have a Braid. Just gonna pass. Stadium Tidal Mage, okay. I mean, it's good that we have approximately 1 trillion removal in our deck. Let's kill you. I have no idea what this can be. Sure. Okay. Fair enough. What do I want to do? I can abrade this. Whoa. Yeah, that's right. Woo! That was a good back and forth, a grindy game. I don't really know what their color situation was. Like the Allen Historian feels a little bit out of place in that deck. But yeah, I'm glad that we were able to take that one down. And hey, from 0-2 to 3-2. Okay, we're grinding our way back. Grinding the mountain. What was the saying that I said that made no sense? I don't even know. All right, opponent on the play here. Hey, look, our mascot. We never even need. Did we even cast Rejoinder? I don't think we did. But yeah, 3 lands, Elite Interceptor, Hardened Academic, and some removal. Of course, totally fine. Oh, we drew a 3-drop here as well. Fantastic. All right, Stone Docent. Deck. Rubble Rouser. Okay. Heated Argument. What do I want to do here? I mean, it's definitely play Rubble Rouser. I just don't know if I want to discard a card. Let's attack. Attack. Great. I want fuel in my graveyard. But once I get this going with the Academic, it's going to be great. So if they have a removal spell, like they kind of have to use it now. This turn, it's a very important turn to use it. They're actually killing Rubble Rouser. Interesting. You know, that's actually not terrible. I don't hate that at all, actually. I hate it way less because they also have dual tactics. Damn. Okay. I want to draw the card, honestly. Oh, Living History. Let's go Living History. Kill you. Deck. They're stuck on 3 lands. Spirit Mascot, sure. Drew a land. Do this. Heated Argument. Exile the creature. Attack. Right. You want to keep attacking me there, buddy? Another Spirit Mascot. Yeah. That is what I thought. This doesn't exile, right? You may exile a card from your graveyard if you do. Okay. I still feel like I want to use it, though. And then they have 3 cards. Now I'm wondering if I should, like, no, I'm just going to attack. I think I'm going to need the Rejoinder. Like, we're kind of out of action. This is one of those, like, will Mana Screw beat Mana Flood type situations. All right, that's a Rubble Rouser. I'm certainly going to play that. Okay. This is rough. Because they're going to be able to make 2 things next turn, which is really good. But I just drew this. No, this doesn't give flying, though. Yeah, I think they're on the verge of coming back here. They set this up really, really nicely. The Garrison, I used all my removal, and now Garrison Excavator is going to make a token. They can cast this if they like to also make a token. Life totals are 13 to 7. This is scary. But they didn't flashback the dual tactics, so that's interesting. Life totals 10 to 7. I'm gonna just chill. Dual tactics. Can't block. Okay. Okay, now I can play this. Let's just exile something to ping them. Stand up for yourself. What a great draw. This is a tricky, tricky turn. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Wow. Duty beyond death. That's insane. Okay. Okay. 3 cards. They're probably going to try to go for lethal here somehow. Heated argument. Now, I need to find a way to kill my opponent next turn, and I don't necessarily see how. I mean, we're not dead this turn. They think we're dead, but we're not dead. Okay, we have this. Alright, we're at 2! Okay, that's an abrade. Yeah, and the problem is we know they have spells in their hand, so this is a really tough spot. Zealous Lorecaster? Yikes. Okay. Yeah, so we literally need to find a removal spell now. How do I deal 3 damage to them? Alright, top deck! Come on! Oh, that's so close! Oh, gross! Hold on, let's see. Whenever you attack, if a card left your graveyard this turn... Games like this make you wonder if there's something you could have done. I think we did a pretty decent job managing resources, but I really thought we were going to win with all the removal that we cast. But the Excavator into the Duty Beyond Death, those aggressive attacks earlier, they all paid off for them. I do want to see if this fizzles this. I'm not sure. I just want to see if it fizzles it. But I'm always bad with these rules, so it's good to know. Okay, I did fizzle it, but I take 4. Okay, fair enough. So you can fizzle the 2 damage from this. Alright, man, we have not had a good run. We have not had a good run here where, like, I did think our deck was totally fine, but it's another one of those things where it's just like... We started out 0-2, so that was a tough, that tough battle to come back from. I thought, we had just like everything that you need to for just a solid deck. We had really good interaction. Maybe we needed like a little bit more like top end ways to close out the games because we had 11 creatures here, right? 11 creatures and a Strixhaven. 12 creatures, including that 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So yeah, maybe like. Maybe I needed to play the Lorecaster, honestly. Like, I typically don't like effects like this, but because this was like a more controlling version, perhaps I should have played like 1 copy of the Lorecaster and just cut like a spell. What spell should that have been? Again, I don't know. Probably a removal spell, right? Just because we had so many. Not sure which one of these it should have been. And I don't think, yeah. I mean, maybe it's a stand-up for yourself or a mockery. I do like the surveil on this. So yeah, maybe it's a stand-up for yourself. Maybe I should have cut one of these and played a Zealous Lordcaster for just like a little bit more late game oomph. But I thought this was just a really solid deck that, you know, just ran into some unfortunate stuff here. So, but I can't keep doing this because we've now gone 3 straight drafts where we went like 3-3 or something like that. Let me take a look here. So we had a really good run, and then now we're like, yeah, we went 3-3 in 3 straight runs. So this is a bad streak, and I'm going to do a lot more drafts off camera to just really get a sense for this format. I felt like we mostly played okay here, but again, you know, there are good streaks and there are bad streaks. Right now, we're in a bad streak. Hopefully we can turn that around in tomorrow's video. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, as I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Big shout out to all the patrons. Thank you so much for your support. Also check out TCGplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. If you're in the market for booster boxes of Secrets of Strixhaven, or you wanted some singles for your standard Modern, Pioneer, or Commander decks, check out TCGplayer.com and make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Last but not least, go to heavyplay.com for all your Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories needs. If you need deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, and more, go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon to get 10% off your first order. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.